everybody, welcome to my channel, Driele here. Today I have a flip through video. Yay! I'm so excited. This is probably one of my favorite videos of all times. I love seeing flip throughs. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you do, leave a like, and if you're new here, welcome. I hope you consider subscribing to the channel. I make videos every Monday through Friday, and I'd love to see you here for the next one. But yeah, what am I doing? Enough rambling. Let's get into the video. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm so excited for this. I can't believe I already finished another insert. This is so crazy. I think I'm just gonna keep the insert here. I don't see a reason not to. I'm not gonna be working on it. I'm just gonna be flipping through. All right, so this is the cover of my June insert. As you can see, I have a video, and I'll link it above here on the screen if you guys are interested and you have had the chance to watch it before. I have a video showing you the process of decorating this cover. Now you'll notice that from that video I did included some extra items. So I included this rose from Tim Holtz, as well as this piece of ephemera, also from Tim Holtz. It's from one of his ephemera packages. Anyways, moving on. So that's the cover, and like I say, I always included, on the title of the cover what month that cover is for. So I put June 2020. Now, as soon as you open my insert, the first page, which is the inside cover, I use this page as my goal page. So yeah, that's what this is. Moving on, the second page of my insert, this is my monthly log. This is just a calendar overview. I use this monthly log just to keep track of birthdays, events, trips, anything like that, holidays. I love to have a monthly overview of everything. So the next pages, that's where I start my weekly logs. So I use each page for each week of the month. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And every week I try to decorate differently. So I went a little bit heavy with the colors because this was end of spring. This was the first week, officially week of summer, so I wanted to go with a more colorful layout. Not my favorites, but I like to switch it up a little bit in my journal just to make it fun. This is the last week of June. This, you can see that I really decorated heavily because we only had 2 days left in the month. So yeah, so I take advantage of decorating very heavily, and usually the last week I get to have double pages because, in my journals you see that I use a full 2 pages for each day. So usually my last week, especially if I have 5 weeks in the month, I'm gonna have double pages for the last week. But anyway, so moving on. So this is the first day of June. I didn't decorate too much here. I just use a magazine cutout here and some of the tags from the Traveler's company insert. There's really not too much happening here, so that's why I use this just to indicate that I started a new insert. I spend most of my day working on videos, so that's why you see me using this magazine cutout for that. June 2nd, I also use another magazine cutout. I found this illustration and I thought it was so fitting for this day. This day I was having a lot of allergies. I just had to take a nap. It's very unusual of me to nap throughout the day, but I had to do it because I had to take meds for my allergies because it was too strong, and those allergies meds just knocked me out. So I thought it was fitting, the illustration, because it's a girl sleeping, and this is just a piece of a paper from Tim Holtz's stash, and the same thing, those butterflies is also from Tim Holtz. June 3rd, I didn't have a lot crazy happening here, so that's why I decided to just decorate it with some vintage. Usually when I don't have nothing special that I can use it to decorate my layouts, I usually decorate with something that I like, and vintage, it's my favorite way to decorate my journal, so that's why I decorated with a vintage theme. This is from Tim Holtz. This is an old book that I just distressed with some inks from Tim Holtz. This is Tim Holtz, and this is from the Notebook Archives. She's on Etsy shop. Day 4th, This was a day that I actually hit 50 subscribers. It was a big milestone for me in my YouTube channel. So that's why I used this tag from Tim Holtz that says 50 cents. It's just I wanted to use the number 50 to indicate that that's when I hit 50 subscribers. Some of those stickers are from the Happy Planner sticker pads, and this is from Tim Holtz card, and this is also from the Happy Planner sticker pad. June 5th, we had some friends over, so we had pizza. So I grabbed the sticker from the pizzeria, and because the sticker was red, black, and white, I kind of went with it and decided to just decorate the page with that. This is not one of my favorite layouts, but it worked. June 6th, this day it was the day that I decorated and one of my pen pal letters, and I really liked how the pen pal letter turned out, so I kind of bring the same theme of the letter to my journal layout. June 7th, this was a Sunday. We've been watching lately, me and my boyfriend, a lot of anime, so I wanted to kind of indicate that, because again, we just had started watching another anime this day, and we were really getting to anime, especially myself, so I thought it was fitting. And I really liked how it turned out, the mix of the vintage, but I really liked how all of this turned out. I never thought that anime with vintage would work, but it looked good. But next, this was Monday, June 8th. I didn't have, again, another very crazy thing happening this day. I just went to the post office. That's why I added some of the image from some of the stamps that I got. It came with this extra image from the postage stamps that I got it, so I just added here to remind me that this was the day that I grabbed some more postage stamps, but really nothing interesting happened, so I just decorated with some vintage style. But moving on, Tuesday, June 9th, this day I actually hit 100 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I was so happy. So I decided to go again with another vintage theme. I grabbed a paper collage that I had made recently. I actually have a video that showed this paper collage roll, so if you haven't watched and you're interested to learn how to make paper collage roll, I'll link it above here on the screen so you guys can check it out later. I just went in with some of my Tombow markers, and I drew the number 100 just to indicate that this was when I got 100 subscribers in my channel. June 10th, this day was a very heavy day that I spent most of the time actually working on my YouTube channel, so I just decided to go with a more feminine floral theme, and I grabbed one of those paper dolls from the Happy Planner sticker pad. But yeah, I just used that because this girl actually is holding a camera, so I thought it was very fitting with the whole theme of the day, as this was pretty much all that I did the whole day. Anyways, moving on, June 11th, Thursday. Nothing special happened this day. I did had a lot to write, like personal journaling. So this is a good option. I created this envelope with some craft paper, and I'm not gonna open here just for the sake of time, but you get the idea, right? It's just a craft envelope that I created. I just used this bowl to keep it closed, and inside I actually have a letter folded with more journaling, the personal portion of my journal. But that's pretty much it. On Friday, June 12th, this day was a very busy day for me. I had to run a lot of errands, and we have friends over and everything. So I had to actually go to town to buy a lot of items like sheets and comforters and things like that. So I don't know if you can see, probably not. I'm assuming it's very hard to say, but here is actually a cutout of a piece of bowl that is actually one of the packagings from the comforter, and I just cut it out just to show that this was actually what I did most of the day. I was just buying a bunch of stuff from the house, and a lot of the sheets and stuff was all in this light blue and white color, so I just decided to decorate the whole layout with this color scheme, and that's about it. I just used some wood stamps, and that's it. But moving on, do not make this video too long. This was June 13th. We had a lovely day. Me and my boyfriend, we just spent the morning to town. We had some brunch. We went to the nursery. So I took a couple of pictures and I included right here. This is me with in front of a mural that we have in downtown. Anyways, moving on, June 14th, this was a Sunday. I decided to go with a more farming theme to this page. It's not my most favorite page layout, but it worked. It really shows the theme of the day. Actually, this is the picture of our 6 chickens. We've been raising them since they're little chicks, and those are our new ones. We grabbed 4 more from 3 different breeds, and we grabbed them already as an adult chickens. We just wanted to test the different breeds here. So I wanted to make justice to our current chickens and actually take a picture of them and add it here, as I don't have any of their pictures in my journals, and added the pictures of the new ones. But anyways, moving on. June 15th, this day, I actually received a package from one of my pen pals. She sent me the most lovely stickers and washi tapes. So this is actually, those mushrooms is actually from one of the washi tapes that she sent me. And this tag, she actually decorated and she had it in the front of the package. So I actually just grabbed the tag and included here. I didn't glue down because she actually had stamped the back of her tag with her Instagram handle, and I thought it was the cutest thing. I didn't want to cover that, so I just used some washi tape to keep the tag here. But yeah, all of those mushrooms and plants here are from the package that she sent me. So I decided to go because her tag was like a classic beige with olive green tag. I decided to go with it and just decorate the whole layout on the same color scheme. So I used this book page from a verse book that I got in an antique shop, and everything else was like beige and green, and I think it really worked out. Next day, June 16th, this day me and my boyfriend actually had to go to town again to run some errands. So we decided to stop by this place called Eat and Run. And of course, because as crazy lady as I am, my boyfriend loves that. That I just grabbed every piece of ephemera that I can come across to. So I grabbed this marketing pamphlet that they had it. It was a little bit too long to fit in my traveler's notebook, so I just decided to rip both of the top and bottom to fit in here. There's really nothing that could add it to that. I also grabbed one of their business card, and those piece of ephemera, it's from Tim Holtz. June 17th, this day we have some news about Atlanta and the whole police situation. I'm not gonna go into too much details. I don't want to make this video too long, and you know, it is what it is. But anyway, so I decided to decorate this page in vintage as well. And the reason why I decided to go with this paper, this Tim Holtz paper, is because actually had the number, I hope you guys can see it, but has the number 150, so 150. I thought was very clever way to actually demonstrate that this day was actually the day that I hit 150 subscribers in my channel. So I thought it was so cool. Anyways, moving on. June 18th, this day, there's a couple of things that happened. So I really wanted to make this a very vintage page because we had some announcements from our mayor, you know, just announcing some new proclamations requiring masks to be used at all times in public places. So I printed the City of Flagstaff proclamation. If you don't know, Flagstaff is where I live. So I just printed a proclamation from the mayor, and I just taped it here with some washi tape. And this is a fun way. I decided to go also on a horizontal instead of a vertical layout. I don't get to do a lot of horizontals, and I thought I was just switch a little bit up. This is a fun way if you have a lot to add it to the page, to just do a tip in and it's, you know, fold it. So besides that proclamation that I added here and folded, I also got some mail from Poland, from one of my boyfriend's cousin. This was her wedding invitation, so I just added to the back of the proclamation, so you can have multiple tip pins here. So this was the card that she sent it to us, and I just glued down here, and this was a little note that she sent it to me, which was very sweet of her, so I included here as well. So I still got to keep those, but without changing anything on the theme. And for the piece of ephemeris I'm used for this page is just some team hold papers, except for this tag right here that I used to write the date and day, because this was one of the washi tapes that my pen pal sent me. I don't know where she got that one from, unfortunately. But moving on, June 19th, this was a Friday. I went to a couple of local antique shops, so I wanted to go with a vintage theme again, of course, because I mean, I always find an excuse to use vintage theme pages because I absolutely love vintage. Most of those items, papers, are all from Team Holtz. All the butterflies are Team Holtz. Besides that, I also included the Polish postage stamp, and this is just a postage stamp that I actually grabbed from a washi tape that I got at Michael's. Moving on, the 20th, this was the first official day of summer, so I wanted to make justice to this day and make a very colorful and summery layout. But also this was the official first day that my city was requiring all the citizens to wear masks. So I wanted to there's two main things that are important happening this day. So I wanted to incorporate both of them in the page. So I think it worked out. I mean, this is my favorite layout, but I think you can see right away the theme, you know. You can see the masks, how COVID is changing everything. I messed up with the word everything. I wrote it too big, so I had to finish up here, but that's okay. I just wrote the word summer with one of my Tombow brush pens, and yeah, the stickers, the flower stickers are all from my sticker pads from the Happy Planner line. But anyways, moving on. This was a Sunday, June 21st. Although this was the second day of summer, was not the first. I decided to go with this theme again and make a very summery page. I found this cutout from a magazine, and I was saving this cutout to use on the 20th, which was this day here, because it was the first day of summer, so I thought it was a very fitting cutout to use as the first day. But then it so happened because we had the whole thing with the masks being, required. So I kind of saved this up for another day, and just so worked out that Sunday was actually the hottest day here in my town. Summer really hit us. It was 93 degrees, which I know it doesn't look like a lot for Arizona, but trust me, for Flagstaff, that's a lot. It was very hot. I was feeling super sick because it's so hot. I was feeling very uncomfortable, so I thought it was very fitting to put this page, the feeling of summer, and I just went on and decorated the rest of the page with the same blue theme. Moving on, the next page, this was June 22nd. I didn't have a lot going on. I didn't have a lot of writing. As you can see, this is all that I had. I just had one paragraph. So I just decided to decorate heavily this page with vintage theme stuff, and just leave a small page here just to write it what I have to write. Moving on, June 23rd. On this day, I just decided to go with a very girly layout. Like I say, usually if I don't have something that is happening in my day that helps me to decorate, that gives me an idea to decorate my layout, I go with something completely different. So I decided to go with a very girly layout. I wanted to test it out I didn't have a lot of writing these days, so I just wanted to test it out to actually, completely cover a full page with just stamps. So that's what I did, and I just did a cutout of one of the pages from a book. I just used some washi tapes to keep it, some peon girl, and some flowers stickers, and that's pretty much it. There's nothing crazy here. June 24th. And by the way, guys, I have the process video for all of those layouts. So if you're curious at all about how I come up with those, how I actually decorated those pages, I'll link it above here on the screen, my daily spreads playlist, so you can check it out later if you haven't had the chance and if you're curious about it and want to watch it later. So this day I decided to cover the entire page with some craft paper. I just went to go shopping. I brought some, clothing items, and one of the blouses that I got actually had this French pastry recipe, which I thought was so cute. So I just went with the whole theme brown because of this tag. I know, kind of crazy, but bear with me. So I just covered the whole page with very browns and white. Most of this paper here, it's a tissue paper that I got from Antique Shop. The 25th, I'm sorry guys, this video is already so long. I'm really sorry. I don't know how to make those flip through videos not long because there's so much to go through. I don't want to just flip without saying anything. If you guys like just me flipping without saying anything, let me know in the comments, and I will save you some time next flip through and just don't talk and just flip it. But anyways, this day I actually hit my 200 subscribers, so I was so happy, over the moon. If you don't know, like from the beginning of the video, 200 subscribers was my monthly goal. So I hit that on this day and I was so happy. So I had to really mark this as a day that I actually hit that. So I actually drew this 200 number in a very vintage looking font. And I just created a whole vintage theme. Some postage stamps here from France, a dried flower, and some distress ink to make the page a little bit yellow. And that's it for this layout. The next day, the 26th, I got some happy mail from one of my pen pals, and of course I wanted to include her card here. She sent me a lovely card with brown and light blue, kind of like baby blue colors. So I wanted to incorporate, because I wanted to add this card to the layout, I just went to town and decided to decorate the entire page with the same theme, like brown and blues. But and it had some brownish tags here, and I just used a bunch of different papers and stickers. Some of those stickers was actually the stickers that she sent me in the packaging, and I had a lot of blue, so I just decided to use the same one, and I think it worked out. It was very cute layout. I really liked it. I just did a tip pen so I could still write it because I had quite a bit of writing this day. On the 27th, this is not my favorite layouts except for the colors, earthy tone colors, so brown, greens, my favorite. So I decided to go with this theme because this day was insane. We had so many animals passing through our property, deer, skunk. Our house got so stinky because our dog got sprayed and got in the house. It was a crazy day. But anyway, so I wanted to go with a very nature. I was looking for images of deers and skunks in my magazines. I couldn't find it. So this was the closest thing that I could add it to the layout to symbolize the day. I guess it worked out. I don't know. It's okay. Next day, this is probably one of my favorite layouts here in this journal. This is so different of my personal style, but I like to switch it up and really play around with my journal because I think it's just so boring if my journal was all vintage. I don't know. I mean, I would be very happy if it was all vintage, but I think life has different colors, like you have to play around. And I like to use my journal as a creative outlet, so I don't like to restrict myself with just one theme. But anyway, so because we've been watching so much animes, and my one of my pen pals sent me this beautiful washi tape that has a lot of those illustrations. I just thought was just so cool. So I just decided to go with a whole anime themed, very girly theme throughout this page. I think it really worked out. I used some vintage themed paper from Team Holtz. I use a lot of those stickers from the Happy Planner sticker pad, and I used a lot of those washi stickers from another pen pal. She also sent me those, and they matched so well with this washi tape. It's almost like it looks like they came from the same tape. I absolutely love those stickers that my pen pal sent me. Was just such a lovely color. I'm a sucker for washi sticker. They're just so nice. We don't have a lot of those here in the US. It's very hard to find. I always have to import them from someplace else. So it was very thoughtful of her to send me those. So I was so happy I was able to include this. So yeah, I think it really worked out. Let's go ahead and flip to the next one. This was June 29th. I didn't have a lot of writing, so I was able to decorate very heavily this page. So I just decided to go again with vintage. I wanted to go with a very different vintage, like a lot of old school pictures and a lot of like flowers. Of course, I had got new washi tapes. There were like this vintage washi tape with a lot of flowers and birds. So I wanted an excuse to use that new washi tape. So that's why I decided to go with this layout. And I think it worked out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just distressed it with black ink to give more of this very busy look. But I really like this one. Anyways, moving on. The last layout, and probably one of the most fun layouts to make because this was so easy to make. I just distressed the whole corners of the page, the edges, and I just went to town with a lot of like, wood stamp and then lots of washi tape. And at the end, I just glued down this piece of paper so I could write it on top of it. And it was such an easy and fast way to decorate a page layout. But it looked pretty good, and you can literally recreate this page in any theme that you want. This day, because this was the last day of the month, I wanted to really not only represent what I did this day, which was a lot of filming and, editing for my YouTube, but I also wanted to finalize the month with something that really represented what I did for the month. So this month was heavily influenced by my YouTube channel. I worked a lot on my YouTube this month. So I really wanted to end the month with a layout that really had a lot to do with camera and filming. So I really like how it turned out. I saw some comments that you guys really liked this idea too. So the last page, because I added some extra page to my insert in order for me to be able to have, the full on 2 pages for each day. If the month doesn't have 31 days and it only has 30, usually I'm left with this last page here blank. And sometimes I don't edit anything to it. But this month, because I got some lovely, envelopes in the mail from my pen pal, I wanted to save it. It didn't fit on the layout that I had it with her card or anything. So I wanted to save this envelope. Was a little bit bigger than my page, so I couldn't fit, the full envelope without cutting it. But this is a good option if you have cards and it doesn't fit on your insert. You can always cut in half and glue on both pages. So that's what I did because I really wanted to save this envelope. She added beautiful washi tapes and I wanted to save it. Plus she had this tiny cute envelope inside that had some extra stickers on it. So I thought it was the cutest and I didn't want to lose that. So I will try to incorporate everything that I want to keep that I got on a given day in the same day layout, but that layout was so busy already that I didn't have space to edit everything else. And because I knew I was going to have this extra page, I just wanted to do kind of like a mural with the snail mail, and I added those extra envelopes that I wanted to save it for the month. But that's pretty much it. That concludes my insert for June. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you've watched this far, thank you so much. Sorry it was a very, very long video, but I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you find somehow inspirational. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, again, leave a like. And if you're new here to this channel and you're not subscribed yet, I hope you consider subscribing. I make videos all related to Traveler's Notebook, planning, journaling, paper, all that fun stuff. But that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for all your support and for everything. It really means the world to me. I'll see you guys, I don't know, tomorrow. I don't know when this video is coming out, but probably tomorrow, because I have videos coming out Monday through Friday. So that's it for today. Ciao.